save. So I'm going to save it as readings. And save it to Smart Home 3D. And let's send a reading for the patio light. Right now it's morning. This one's also percentages. So right now it's morning. So the light is, let's say, at 97% because the patio is facing the sun. Okay, so 97.2%. So we go back to devices. We're going to get one device, the patio light. And we got the reading of 97.2 degrees. So all three APIs are working. This is not exactly how it should work at the end. There's another part of it. These are called controllers, and there's a file higher up called a router. So depending on the request that you're sending, the router tells the controller to return a result or to pay attention to that request. Okay? So we don't have that because you're okay. Like I was saying, there's a file called, well, maybe one file or several files, component, let's call it, called the router, which will redirect the request to the specific controller. So right now we're going to leave it this way. So whenever we want to do a request, we're just going to put these URLs. Okay? So I want you guys to check everything we did on the back end and make sure it works. Make sure you don't have any questions. Okay? Your project, which you have to present at the end of the quadrimester, which is in about, what is it? 4 weeks, about a month. This project is not the one you're gonna use for the contest. For the contest, I'm assuming you're gonna use something with virtual reality or what do you call it? Enhanced reality or something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is not for the contest. This is just for the class. So you're gonna have about a month to do this. It's gonna have to be something related to Internet of Things, smart homes, smart garden, I don't know, smart parking lot, or hospital, or nursing home, or school, or manufacturing plant, whatever you want, okay? Office building, whatever you want. But you have to tell me what it is about. So this, what I gave you is like 90% of what you're gonna do, okay? You're just gonna have to change a couple of things to make it a little bit better. But I need you guys to understand everything that we just did regarding the back end. So like I said, it's very repetitive. It's connection to the database, executing queries, or executing SQL commands like insert, and basically getting the information in JSON format so we can read it on the front end. So, do you guys have any questions with that? Take
Okay,
your
Professor.
time. Yeah. You were saying?
No, I use here.
Okay, take your time, make sure that everything's understood. Okay? I'll give you 5 minutes to go through everything regarding all the files that we did on the back end, make sure they work. If you have errors or questions, let me know. Okay? 5 minutes.
Professor,
Yeah.
I have a question. How works the folder config?
What's in the folder config?
I'm not sure how it works that.
This one
Oh,
here?
there. Uh-huh. I
Okay, remember that this file is just so you cannot open the config folder directly and read this file. And
oh,
this one here is just the configuration for the connection to the database, which in this case is smart home.
okay. Is the connection is works with the connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, any questions?
Professor, we are going to work with the front end and the back end.
Yes, of
So
course.
we need to send the all the arrays to the front end and works with that when we.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
But
And we.
that's what we're gonna do next.
Okay.
But I need you guys to first understand this
The
part.
back end.
So if there are no questions, then we can continue.
Okay.
Okay? So we have two folders, API and app. In the app, we're going to create a new folder called simulator. And in the simulator, we're going to create a file called readings, HTML, a folder for, CSS. But that one's in here, yeah, that one's cool. And JS. Okay, I'm going to sheet again. So I'm going to work right now with this one, and I'm going to create a new file here called style. And this one, a new file called readings.js. Okay. So first, readings HTML. We're going to work with those three. And this is the HTML that you're going to use. Right now, it's going to show an error message with the init folder and the post readings. But we'll fix that part. What happened? Oh, I think I put everything in the wrong place. Well, I'm going to fix it here because it's easier. So I put everything here. I'm going to cut it from here. Paste it here. So I'm going to close these out and use this. So they have to be inside simulator. And right now it looks like this. Don't worry about these errors. Oh, this one, yes. Rename readings. Okay, don't worry about this error. Let me know when you're done with this. Oh, got the HTML part. Let me know when you're done with that.
Done.
Okay. Then we're gonna do a little bit of styling. So let me get that. Not much, just to not make it look ugly. You're done?
Yes.
Rudolph.
Okay. So here we're gonna have two functions. The init function, which is the one we have here that is not finding here in the body, load init. So we're gonna have that one. And we're gonna have a function called get values. Well, actually, three functions. Not get values, get devices. And the last one is post reading. So right now we have that. Okay, so we're gonna use this method to go get the devices from the API. So we're gonna have a variable here called API URL. And we're gonna copy it from Postman, except for the part that says readings or devices. So just this part. And down here, I'm gonna say URL equals API URL plus the word devices .php. This is just to show that where we're getting the information from. We're not actually getting it yet. Okay, got it?
Got it.
Okay, now I'm gonna purposely make a mistake here so I can explain something. But to get the data, API, we're gonna use a method called fetch. And this method requires a URL, which is the variable that we have up there. And when this fetch returns the values, then we're going to do this, whatever we want to do here. So that is when the value is returned. Now the value is returned as a response. This is called an anonymous function because, as you can see, it has an argument, but it doesn't have a name. Okay, so that's why it's called anonymous. And also, this is called an arrow function inside here. And I'm just going to show you the result. So log response, which will return an error. But I'm going to try to explain it. It's kind of complicated. I'm going to try to explain it. Let me know when you get the same error.
We have error in the get.
You should get this error here. Let me know when you get it.
We don't have date.
You don't have what?
Date.
Date? Just let me know when you get this error. Let me know so I can explain what it is. You don't need to tell me what it is. I'll explain it.
Is empty.
What is empty? Don't try to guess what it is. I'm going to explain it what it is. Just let me know when you get the error. Do you have this error?
Yes.
Yes, got it.
Okay. What it's telling you is that the request was denied, was blocked by the CORS policy. CORS stands for Cross-Origin Resource Sharing. Okay? So it's this part, Cross-Origin Resource Sharing. Now, what that means is that when you have a resource, be it a file, of an image, an API, whatever it is, in a domain, in a server, and you're trying to access it from outside that server, or in this case with JavaScript, it's not going to allow you unless you specifically say that you are allow access to that API. So here in the error is actually telling you the response. There is no access control allow origin header in the requested resource. That means in the API. So we're going to go to our API. We're going to go to devices. And the first line of code that we're going to add, we're going to put the first one is allow access. So we're going to add that header. So we're going to say header, access, control, allow, origin, and we're going to say from everywhere. Okay, that's the start, from everywhere. So once we add this to our API, and we're going to add it to all the APIs, not just this one, we should be able to receive a response from the server, from the API actually. So we're saying that the API is allowing that access. If we do not allow that access, then this resource is not, let's say, public. It's not open. Okay, so we have to add that to all the, to all our APIs. Okay, did you do that?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're getting a response from the server. Let me close this out. We're getting our response from the server, and as you can see, the status is 200. Now, we all know the status 404, right? That means that page not found or resource not found. So right now, if I were to put something like this, a different URL, we're gonna get status 404, not found. So if we get the status 200, that means that we did hit the URL and we were able to open it. If for some reason we get 500, that means that it was rejected by the server. So the status 200 is correct. Okay? So status 200, that is correct. So what we're gonna do instead of doing this, we're gonna check the status. So we're gonna say if response dot status equals 200, then we're gonna open this. And what I'm gonna do here is parse the response to JSON. That means convert it to JSON. So we're gonna say response dot JSON. And when we convert it, again, we're gonna put then. We're gonna have another anonymous function. In this case, we're gonna use the data that was received by the response. And another arrow function. And here we're gonna display the data. And if you get this, then you should be happy. Okay, did you get it?
Right, got it.
Okay, we're good?
Yes, got it.
Okay, any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, we're gonna leave it here and we'll continue next Thursday. So we're even with the other group, so we'll continue this next Thursday, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You sure you don't have any questions?
Mm,
No,
It was a lot, so maybe you do have questions.
mm,
So I want you guys to think about your project. It has to do with IoT, so smart something, smart school, smart office, smart building, smart home, smart garden, smart manufacturing plant, smart traffic, parking lot, whatever you want, but it has to be smart. So do a little bit of research, and tell me about it. And think of your project.
okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Got it.
Okay, Professor.
Yes.
You're welcome. So see you next week.
See you.
See you next.
Bye.
Yeah, Professor.
Yeah. See you.